I have never ever told this story to anybody, let alone the internet. After my first video about mental health, I have received tens of thousands of messages saying that that video helped people with their own mental illness, and it's helped them tell people that they have a mental illness, and it's generally helped them out. There's one thing that I've never mentioned in any video about mental health that I've done. I've never mentioned this to my mum. My girlfriend doesn't know. None of my family know. None of my friends know. But this is 100% true. I would not lie about this sort of shit. Like, I take mental health and suicide and depression very seriously, so I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this video is going to be the most difficult thing I have ever done in my life. Like, out of anything that I've ever done. This is the story of my suicide attempt and what built me up to want to commit suicide and how I've dealt with it since. Throughout most of my teenage life, I knew that there was something wrong in my head. The first time I remember thinking that I had some sort of depression or knowing that something wasn't right in my head was in, I guess, around year 6. I was about 11 years old. And yes, at 11 years old, you can know that you have something wrong. Because I did. And I've been diagnosed with it now. You always know yourself, but don't misdiagnose yourself. So I remember when I was about 11 years old, you know, this is when I stopped seeing my dad. He was abusive all the time before this, like physically, mentally. And I guess all my life I just thought this was normal. All I'd ever known was that from my dad. So I thought that's what dads did. That's what I thought everybody's biological father did to them. I thought it was normal. I didn't know any different. So when I stopped seeing my dad and my stepdad started to become my real dad, I realised that the things that my dad was doing to me and saying to me and all of this shit wasn't normal. And I had gone through a lot of shit that not even I knew was a lot of shit. And the more I thought about it, and the more I thought this wasn't right, the more my brain would just fuck itself over. And I guess that's the first sort of time when I knew something was wrong. And because I didn't know how to deal with this sort of stuff, I started acting out in school. It was always easier for me to laugh at a situation than it was for me to cry at a situation. It was always easier. That's one of the reasons why I started YouTube. Because when I felt down, it was easier for me to laugh about stuff than it was for me to actually go back and think, why do I feel bad? And I guess laughing was the easy route out. But I still enjoy it. YouTube's changed for me now. I'm doing this to make other people laugh, not to make myself laugh and to make myself feel better. So I remember going through secondary school knowing that, you know, I wasn't as happy as these other kids. And I remember because I was always so loud and so out there with everything, whenever I had a quiet day, even the people that didn't like me would kind of be like, what's up? And nobody knew, not even I knew at the time, that this was just my own shit just creeping back in, because I'd laughed about it for too long and never dealt with it. Then I met my first girlfriend, the girl that lied about having cancer, and everything suddenly changed. You know, everything was a little bit more happy. You know, I felt like good. I felt good. I guess that was the first time I'd ever been in love, and you know, that does, like, it's very powerful. Love is very, very fucking powerful. And obviously, we were together for 1.5 years, and in this time, my depression was still there, but I was happier. You know, I had something to live for. I didn't have to escape every day. I could be myself around this person, and I thought she loved me for who I was. And then, obviously, I find out that she lied about having cancer, and she was cheating on me this entire time, and what I thought was love was hurt again. Like, it was another round of hurt. And I must have been 15, 16 at this time, You know, so I'm not even, this is only like 4 years ago, and I was in such a bad place. My dad started messaging me being abusive, and I remember thinking to myself, no one loves me. My dad never loved me. My girlfriend never loved me. I started wondering if my mum loved me, because everybody that I thought loved me, like my dad, he's your dad, surely he would love you. Your girlfriend would love you. Your friends, like my friends in school, they never really cared about me. They didn't. In fact, the people that bullied me the most were the people that I hung around with. But I wanted to be a part of the cool kid club, you know? I wanted to be one of these cool kids, and I wanted to be the funny guy. And they would just keep me around because sometimes I make them laugh, but they bullied me more than anyone else. And at this moment in time, I had no one. I had no one in my life. I didn't think that I had my family. So I was 16 years old. I had no girlfriend, I had no dad, and I started wondering, like, no one cares. And I started thinking this, you know, I started thinking that nobody cared about me. And I put it in my head so much that I woke up every day and believed that. Every single day I believed that I was alone. And this is what depression is, and this is what depression does to you. And I didn't know it was depression. I wasn't even diagnosed at the time. I just thought, fuck, the world is over for me. Why am I here? What's the point? And I told you guys a story before that I sat at the edge of a bridge, wondering if I did jump off, would anyone care? I did come off that bridge that day. But I've never told anyone the story that I'm about to say now. And that's what I'm kind of scared to say this, like, I just am. But after I got off the bridge, I was walking home and there was a Tesco's near my house at the time. And obviously I was 16, and at 16 years old you're allowed to buy paracetamol and like headache tablets and shit. And I walked into Tesco's, I went up to the pharmaceutical bit, and I brought 3 packs of paracetamol and 1 more powerful painkiller that is over the counter. The woman asked me why I needed this, and I said, oh, my mum told me to come to Tesco's, like, I'm 16, showed my provisional driver's license. She's like, yeah, my mum needs it, she's got a headache at home, and then she's like, can you just stock up so we don't have to worry about it next time? And I was like, oh, I understand. Hands me 3 packs of paracetamol. So I buy the paracetamol with like the last little bit of money that I had. I don't know how much it cost, I wasn't really thinking. I just remember buying it, and I remember being outside the shop. And there was this place called The Buffs near where I used to live, right? And it was basically just this big field in the middle of the town where people used to play like football, and like people my age used to go there and smoke weed and shit. And it must have been like 11:30 at night. And I remember my mum texted me saying, when will you be home? I'm just like, I'm out with my friends. I walked to The Buffs, this field. And I remember sitting under this tree, building myself up to take all these tablets. Just popping them all out. You know, I'm not sure how many are in a pack, I think it's like 12 in a pack, so I popped them all out. I had like 20 tablets in my hand. And I just started taking them, one by one. Because I've had a headache before, you take a painkiller, the pain goes, and I wanted the pain to go. I just wanted the pain to go. I didn't. There was such a strong pain inside me that I thought painkillers would help, and I just kept on taking them. I kept on going. I must have taken about 15-20 of them, just down, 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 down. and I started going lightheaded, and I didn't feel right. And some guy walking his dog walks past me, sees me with these pills in my hand, sees me everywhere and sees the packets on the floor, and he comes over to me, and I remember him saying some, I don't remember it, my brain, right. I remember him saying something to me, and I remember trying to reply but I couldn't. Like, have you ever been like so drunk that you just can't do anything? I felt like that. I felt numb, and I remember the guy like put his finger down my throat and made me sick, and just kept on doing it. I remember being sick, and he sees all the tablets come out, you know, like some of them are dissolving and shit, but most of them come out, and I remember just sitting there crying. I remember just sitting in the middle of this field, just crying. The man took the rest of the tablets, popped them all out, put them in the bin. And he comes back to me, and he said something on the lines of, "Don't be so fucking stupid. You only get one life, don't ruin it, you're too young." And I was so scared that he would try and tell my mum, try and tell the police. Like, I felt so embarrassed, and I remember thinking to myself, this man that I don't even know saw a teenager wearing tracky bottoms just lying there, like, and he made sure I was okay and then helped me. I remember thinking, if a stranger can do that for me, what would my family do for me? I don't remember much of that night. It's all blurry. I'm not sure if anyone else has had one of those, like, just a section of my brain where everything's blurry. I don't want to remember it. But I know for a fact that if that man walking his dog did not come out that night and did not have the heart to come and speak to me and then make me sick and save my life, I would be dead. I feel lucky every day to still be alive. And I've never told anyone this story because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I tried to take my own life. It's fucking embarrassing as shit. I know that I'm gonna get judged. Like, I know that my friends will take the piss out of it. I know people are gonna think, oh, Mike Fox, just another one of them fucking, do you know what I mean? I know I'm gonna get a response from this that's gonna be negative. But I know that me saying this might help one person. And as hard for me as it is to make this video, knowing that I can help someone out from this makes me want to release it. If any of my family members watch this video before I have the chance to tell you guys, I'm sorry that I never told you. I was embarrassed and I didn't want to be judged, and I hope you understand that. And to everybody that supports me on a daily basis, I hope you understand more about me. You know, it's important that people speak about this. It's important we speak about mental health, because if everybody starts speaking about it, we can help each other. I still need help. I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm nowhere near.